you refresh, will start deleting. You see, shutting down, and in a minute or so you will see your stack is gone. Poof. Okay, so initially just remember this. You'll not need to remember this later, but deleting a stack doesn't mean deleting a template. Okay, deleting a stack means deleting your resources. Okay, your RDS, your S3, your load balancer, whatever is the part of the stack, everything will get deleted. Okay, so create it, update it, and delete it. This is the first exercise that you have to do. Okay, and you have the template with you. Use this template or write this template. Okay, yourself. Sorry, key name. Right. So write this template by yourself. You can first use mine, but then you can see the documentation and write your own template. And then update your template, save it, and then upload it again, see the change set, execute it. Once you're good, delete it. Okay, you can give any logical ID, keep that in mind, but these things has to be same. Okay, all right. But let's go next. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, any question? Understandable? See, yes or no something.
Yeah, good, Imran. That's good.
Okay, moving on. All right. I see. I'm gonna really do very basic of CloudFormation, basic features of sorry, not Ansible, CloudFormation. Okay, basic features, and then it's gonna be all about from the documentation. Okay. So I'm going to show you its next feature is intrinsic functions. CloudFormation has some existing function that you can use. For now, we'll see the simple one, join. So these are functions, okay, base64 CID are inbuilt function, like you have inbuilt function, right? So these are inbuilt functions that you can use. For example, join. Join function does this. We'll see some other functions also. Join is a very simple function. Join simply joins strings, that's all. Okay, so to call a function there are three ways. You can do it in JSON, so we are not doing it, so no. Another is you can say fn in YAML format, fn : join. So fn : join, so it's going to call the join function, and when we call this function we need to pass some values to this. So you have to pass two values to it. Values you have to pass in a list format. First value is a string, delimiter, the separator. The second value is list of string. So what it really will do is this is a string, and this is a string, this is a string, and this is a string, or this is just one. Yeah, so it's gonna separate join all this string with a delimiter. Do you have example here? Yeah, like this. So a comma b comma c, so it's gonna join a b c with a colon. A colon b colon c will be the output of this function. Okay, so there are two ways of calling the function. You can say fn : join in double quotes, or you can say exclamation join. Okay, now we mostly use this one nowadays. All right, but this also you can use. Right, exclamation join, and like in Python, right, we have parentheses to pass the argument. Here we have square bracket to pass the argument. So pass two arguments. One is a delimiter, other is list of string. Okay, so we have example over here. So same. Let's go to the first example. So we have seen previously you have a name and the value is a string. Now instead of value for this tag, what I'm doing is I'm calling a join function, exclamation join, and I pass two things. One is a delimiter hyphen, and then a list of string, comma separated. Okay, So output of this will be really like this: my hyphen, what is that, inst hyphen from hyphen cloud formation. Okay, so output of this is going to be this. So instead of giving the value as it is, I'm using a function that generates that string, this string. Okay, you will say, why can't we just directly write that instead of using the join function? Okay, this is just an exercise. Okay, so you understand what is a function, how to call it and all. Okay, next we're going to see more powerful functions. Okay, so you can do this exercise. All right, so yeah, like that. Okay, so let's upload this template. Let's go to CloudFormation. So our stack is gone, I think. Yeah, our stack is gone. So we don't have any stack. So let's create stack, upload template file, use file. As a fourth one, okay, intrinsic function. So join is an intrinsic function. Okay, and you know how to call a function, exclamation and the function name. Oh, stack name. My web server. I'm just giving some name, okay, but in real time, give a stack name that really makes sense, okay. Mostly it will be the project names. Create change set. You can create change set even though there is nothing, so it will just show you that you know what it is going to do. It's going to create, but it's the initial one, so you really don't need to create change set. Okay, so let's see, create in progress. Let's go to the instance. Okay, it's creating one, and you see now tag name value. Instead of in the value, we have given the join function, which actually joined the string with hyphen. Right, pretty simple, right? So here you have all the intrinsic function. Oh, you don't worry, I'm gonna send you all this through email, okay, these links, so you can go through them. Okay, we will see some serious intrinsic functions. Okay, just a moment. Just give me a moment. Actually, I'm opening a YAML editor online to check some syntax of my template. Okay, because I have a little doubt on this. Just a moment. Okay, anyways, let's try this one. Okay, so now we will create, how do we trace that? Who has deleted the stack? Can we have audit trail enabled for the stack? You can just enable the trail, cloud trail. Okay, you can see which. So basically, you're gonna log into the AWS, right? AWS account with the user, right? So what are activities that user did? CloudFormation, stack creation, deletion, everything will be stored in the cloud trail. Okay, so you can get it from there. Yeah, okay. All right, so now what we'll do is we will have multiple resources. We have EC2 instance. We'll also create a security group. Okay, security group. So I'll show you all from the documentation how you can create it, so you will not have problem later. Okay, so let's go to security group. Security group, right? So I'm gonna just scroll down and just copy the example directly. Yeah. So I'm good with this ingress. Where's the ingress? Yeah. I'll just copy this. Okay. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? What you gonna do? Gonna do? Okay. So this is gonna be in the same line as your EC2 instance resource. Okay. The logical ID. It's gonna be the same line. This is the next resource. Okay. So I'm gonna change the name to logical ID to something that makes sense to me. Let's say vProfile security group, something like that. Okay. So type properties. You can give some group description if you want, and I'm gonna say allow SSH from my IP and HTTP from anywhere. Okay. And as the description says, I'm gonna do it. So let me take this out. This for now. VPC ID. So you can specify the VPC ID where you want to create. If the VPC is created in the same, that was an example actually for it. Anyways, ignore that. Okay. Security group ingress, incoming, inbound traffic. Okay. So TCP 8080 CIDR anywhere. Oh, awesome. I just want to create one more rule for SSH. So I'm just gonna copy that and paste it. And I'm gonna say 22, 22, and I want to do it only from my IP. So let's find our IP, not our, my IP, my IPv4. I hope I have IPv4. Yeah. Okay. Don't try and track me, any hackers. Go back, go back. Okay, all right. The single IP slash 32. Okay, nice. Now this will create the security group. That's awesome. But this security group I have to also mention in the EC2 instance that this EC2 instance should be part of the security group. Like, is the instance deleted? No, it's there. So if you see this, you have a secure, we created instance, we didn't specify the security group, so it's in default security group. Now I'm going to create my own security group and make sure that my instance is in my security group. Okay, so how do I do that? This is called as referencing. Okay, I have to refer. So intrinsic function, there's one intrinsic function called as ref. Okay, ref. Oh, thank you, Kiran. YAML to JSON, I wanted the other way actually, JSON to YAML. Maybe it's there also. Okay, so ref is referencing, like, okay, so this is an example, right? My IP, so elastic IP, I want to attach this elastic IP created to this instance probably. Okay, so properties exclamation ref. Okay, so that means exclamation is to call that ref function, right? So ref function is mentions, or gives you a relation, right? Instead of this instance ID over here, it will be replaced with this physical ID of this resource, referring the other resource in your resource. Okay, so like this, I want to refer the security group. So one more property in this is the security group. Okay, security group of an instance. Okay, security group. So what's going to be the security groups it is actually, and it's in a list format, hyphen ref, and I'm going to give the logical ID. You have to give the logical ID. Okay, now first you see the instance creation and then you see the security group, but CloudFormation understands that it has to create first the security group and then create the EC2 instance and add it under the security group. Okay, this is referencing. Understood? Okay, take a moment and look at it. Yeah, it's a function calling another function. No, basically here you have to give the security group name, right? But
Yeah.
you're creating the security group here itself. So how can you give a name? So basically you're saying that, hey, you have to refer to this security group. You have to use this security group. Okay,
Okay.
that's what ref function is, right?
Uh,
Because the security group does not exist. It's gonna create it. So when it creates, it's gonna return an ID. This basically is gonna return. This is gonna change it with the security group ID.
Imran,
Hmm. Go
suppose
ahead.
can I call another like a reference from another AML file? Is it possible? No.
Not with this ref. There is another way for that.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
for suppose I have a security group common for some of the instances. So instead of writing the
Then
security group for each and every
no. Then we
instance,
will directly give the name of the security group,
okay,
which already existing. This is for a resource that is getting created here itself. It does not
okay,
exist, right?
okay,
So if it does not exist, how can you give its name or its ID, right? When it
okay,
creates, then it will generate the ID. So how do you refer it? Well, with ref function, you just give the logical ID, and it's going to create first security group, return an ID, and that will be replaced with this over here. Ref
Okay.
function.
Okay. I just want to ask a question. The security group is a property under the instance.
No. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah. This one.
So that means that under an instance needs to have a security group. So under security group, you refer to a security group that you just created
Yes.
using the ref function.
Yes. That's right.
Oh, okay. So the order doesn't matter, as in you
No,
have to.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Order does not matter. You can give it in any order. Okay. Just indentation of the properties for this EC2 instance, like this order does not matter. Like you can give security group here and instance type and okay, that order does not matter. This order also does not matter. Like I'm doing an EC2 instance first and then I'm creating security group. Okay, that also does not matter. So you can give down here and then or top there. Indentation for security, where this one? No, this is fine. This is a property of your EC2 instance. This is fine, I guess. This one is should be the same as the EC2 instance. It is one more resource, right? Oh yeah, this one.
The type, yeah, and the
Yeah.
property, yeah.
Thank you, Funny. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so I'm not gonna save this because I already have this written multi-resource. I'm gonna use that one. Okay, same thing basically. Okay, so let's now do this. I'll delete this stack. Or you can try and update the save stack. In this case, so many things are different. It's going to delete the instance and recreate it actually. Okay, can try that. So I'm just deleting. You can update it with your new stack and try all that mix match. Okay, let me know if you need a break or something. Okay, not now. Let me do this one first. Upload a template, choose file. So this is fifth one. Okay, multiple resources. Right, this is the template that I was just showing you right now. Okay, go next. Enter stack name and give multi resource. Okay, so when you have multiple resource, just keep in mind you have to use the ref function. Okay, you will need it, like you do something and then you want to refer it over there, right? So whenever you have multiple resource, it's majority of the time you're going to use that ref function. Oh, we have latecomers, really, that they're like late like by 1 hour. What, were you sleeping? Anyways, okay, create in progress. Yeah, so that was create complete for the security group. So let's go to the instance area. We should first let's go to security group. So which one? That one? I think that one. Multi-resource vProfile SG. That's the name. I should give a better name, right? Anyways, the security group gets created, and that's the idea of a security group. Let's go to instances. For instance, should be referring to the security group. You see that? So this is what that ref function did to it. It said, hey, EC2 instance, your security group is this, which is just going to get created like that. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, ref, right? Take a moment and read this. It's a very important function. I have sent the link. Okay, open it and read it for a moment. Yeah, I'll be sharing the recording. Okay, next thing. All right. AWS CloudFormation. I'm gonna send you link in an order and all those things, and slide and everything. Okay, don't worry, but don't drop. Okay, that doesn't mean you drop. Pseudo parameters. Now, pseudo parameters is simply like inbuilt variables kind of thing, and there's just few of them, which is useful. Actually, one is the one that's the most used. Other things are really not that much used. So you have this AWS : partition, AWS : region, AWS : stack ID. This is like inbuilt variable. Okay, AWS : region is going to return the value where this CloudFormation is getting executed. Okay, like if you're executing in this EU West 1, its value is going to be EU West 1. Okay, let's try and use that. And let's use it in place of, wait, value join. Okay, there's also one more way of so this is also this is one way of passing the values. There's also one more way of passing the value. Let's see it over here. This is going to be in a list format. So hyphen first argument, I'm saying that it's going to be a space. Second argument is going to be the list of string, right? So I'm going to say vProfile pro just say vProfile in. Okay, so basically join function, same, just a different way of calling the join function. I'm sorry, passing the argument. You can give it in square bracket or you can do it in this format also, in list format. Okay, so join function will be passed this argument, which is a separator and the list of string. So this is the first string, and the second string I'm going to say exclamation ref refer to a pseudo parameter AWS region. Okay, so I'm just showing you in the tags over here, but I'll show you its real power in the next example. Okay, let's understand this one. This is a pseudo parameter. Pseudo parameters are like inbuilt variables kind of thing. Okay, please explain parameters logical name and resource logical name. Okay, I'll come to it. Hold on. So yeah, so this is like inbuilt variable. So this is going to call the function, it's and call for this inbuilt variable, and this will be really replaced with the region name, okay, which you're going to just see in the tag. And we're using a join function really to join the strings. Okay, take a moment and read this. I'll just call this in a moment. Good. Pseudo parameter, really inbuilt variable. Okay, I'm going to send you the link also. Okay, CloudFormation documentation link where you'll have this in detail. Okay, now let me really show you the pseudo parameter. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to upload this template. All right, again, the only thing that we change over here is just we have added a pseudo parameter. Okay, that's all in the tag. That's all we changed. Right, we're calling a pseudo parameter, and that is going to return a string which will be combined with this join function. So basically this function is going to call another function also. Okay, but ignore that complexity. So let's update this stack. Okay, we already have this stack. Let's update the stack, replace current template, upload template file. So what's going to be changing is just the tag is going to be changing. Okay, pseudo parameter. Okay, next, go next. Okay, scroll down, make the change set. Okay, it's in the next screen. Okay, let's wait. Let's see what it's going to do. Okay, it's a modify one and replacement is false, so we are good. Update stack, update in progress. Come on, that's just a tag you have to change. Do it already. Okay, let's check the instance. Oh yeah, that's done. You see that? vProfile in, that string is combined with the pseudo parameter we have given, which is the region name. See that? Update complete. Awesome. And you can see the template. Okay.